to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. An incredible string of chance encounters and lucky breaks was that two women helped bring a days long Amber Alert to an end. The search of 5-month-old twins Kayar and Kaysan Thomas started December 19th when the children's mother's running car was stolen from Short North. Hours later, Kayar was found in a parking lot at Dayton International Airport, but there was no signs of Kaysan. On December 22nd, police announced the arrest of the suspect in the case, Nyla Jackson, but still no words on if Kaysan had been found. Until just a few hours later, when the boy was discovered inside a stolen vehicle outside of a Papa John's pizza restaurant in Indianapolis. The two women involved, Cheyenne Belmar and Makaya Curry, played a pivotal role in leading the police to Jackson. Belmar stated she initially came in contact with Jackson on December 20th when she stated that she bought some toys from Jackson in an Indianapolis parking lot. Belmar stated that she gave Jackson a ride to a gas station. The two women then exchanged phone numbers and went their separate ways. The next day, Belmar stated that she saw Jackson's picture on Facebook. Quote, I wouldn't move off of it because of the topic it had with the mugshot. She also stated, I'm like kidnapping, and I'm like, this girl looks familiar. I wouldn't move from off the picture until I could figure out where I knew her from. And I'm like, I hope I don't know her, but something told me this looks like the girl that was in my car. Belmar then stated that she hesitated to call police because she wanted to make sure she had the right person. She called and talked to Jackson during the afternoon of December 22nd. Belmar then called Curry, her cousin, and the two came up with a plan to get Jackson into police custody. The cousins stated that they drove Jackson to several stores with hopes that she would steal something so that they could call police. When that didn't work, they drove around with Jackson in the car while one of the women called 911, pretending to be talking to a friend while giving dispatchers information on their location. Belmar and Curry then went for food and, as if they hadn't done enough, came across a Honda Accord, the same car Jackson had allegedly stole in Columbus near 4 full days before. In the back seat was Kaysan. The woman flagged down nearby police officers who then took Kaysan out of the car. As of Monday, both boys were reunited with their family and are doing well following the ordeal. Now, this is a pretty dope story with a pretty dope ending. And you know, like I said, shout out to the women that got involved that were like, you know what, we gotta do something about this. Let's formulate a plan. Let's try to make some things happen and, try to get the police directly involved. Now, originally when they had their plan, the cops wasn't really for it. They didn't really pay attention to the keys, to the signs, to anything that was being listed. I guess they were just looking at it as somebody butt dialed 911 or if somebody was prank calling the police instead of trying to specifically figure out like, yo, maybe somebody's speaking in code. Yo, maybe it's something a little bit more. Let me just stay on and see, where all of this is going to specifically go. Let me ask, some questions, try to interact to see if, we can get a little bit more information. As the woman told you, they hung up like once or twice. And then it wasn't up until I guess later that somebody that was smart enough realized that, yo, this is actually serious. Like she's trying to relay information to let us know her whereabouts and the whereabouts of the individual that they are specifically with and where, they are at this moment and where they are going. And, like I said, you got a lot of people out here that are cops that just should not be cops. You got a lot of people out here that are not built to do detective work. And the police should actually be doing more than just thanking these women because they solved something that they couldn't even initially solve. Because as what I stated to you guys previously, they listed this woman as low priority. And as we were clearly able to see directly, I'm sorry, not see, but hear directly from the article was the fact that both of the young babies, the young boys, they were left at two separate locations, right? One was found at the airport in I guess a whole nother vehicle, or however that went. And then another one was found directly at the Papa John's. And it was in a diaper that was filled. And in the interview, one of the women, she feared the worst because she didn't see the baby move. So she thought that the baby had passed, but the baby was actually alive and well. And police were able to get them. Everybody went inside the Papa John's. And later on, after that, I guess after the child was checked out, the child was reunited with the family. All in all, it is a pretty good story. But the worst of it, innocence, well, not technically worse than what's already taken place. Matter of fact, let me just let y'all hear it.
Yeah, Carrie, wow. And I think the big thing is the woman told you that they received a lot of backlash on social media after this.
Yeah, they made a video to share their story. They say that people in the comments got in saying how they were involved. They were helping Nala Jackson. They say that's just not true, and they have proof because they've been in touch with Indianapolis Metropolitan Police, and had they been involved, they would be in custody. Cheyenne tells me that she even thought about removing the video, but she wanted to keep it posted. So we will have more from them coming up tonight at 11.
So as you were able to hear, you have people literally on both women's Facebook pages stating that, oh, they were in on it, they were a part of the whole scheme, they need to be arrested, they need to be looked at. Ain't none of these people care about this story. Ain't none of these people more than likely even knew what was specifically going on. And the moment in time that you have somebody taking an active step in order to solve a situation, which they would never do, you decide that you want to turn around on social media and you want to start dragging their name through the mud and start making claims that you have no proof to. There's no validity to any of the things that these people are clearly saying on the Facebook page underneath that video. It's 100% ridiculous. They did more than what any of those people leaving a comment would have ever have done. That's all they do. All they do is just leave comments. Oh, huh, you guys are in on it. Da 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 da. But would you yourself have basically potentially risked your life in order to protect or save the life of a child? Chances are you wouldn't have. Would you have gone to the lengths that these women went to in order to get this woman and to get this other child? No, you wouldn't have. You would have just stayed directly online, leaving comments and waiting for updates. That's it. Like I said, it's baffling to me that you know the peanut gallery always wants to have their mouth open and act like they some super sleuths, but yet you got a whole bunch of crimes and different things that have taken place in your family. You more than likely got some cold cases and whatnot or whatever that's going on, but yet you ain't solved those. You're not trying to sit up there and insinuate that your family had anything to do with it, or that family friends that you know have had anything to do with it. You're not trying to do none of that online, but yet you got the nerve to do this because these women did something that you would have never had the balls to do. Amazing. Amazing. But yet again, this is social media. This is, where we are, where, those who can't don't, and those who can will. But like I said, much love and appreciation, and shout out to these women for doing everything within their power in order to get this child home safe. And thanks to them having that foresight, because now both of these boys can be reunited. They can grow up, and this will be a heralding story that they will be able to hear about. Let me tell you how you guys are still here. Let me tell you what happened one fateful day during a week. Let me tell you how both of you guys are separated and then reunited. Like I said, I feel like those women are going to be a part of, those kids' lives, for, years to come. I would not be too shocked if they're invited to, some Christmas gatherings, or maybe even like a graduation later on, down the road. But I'm pretty sure what'll take place is that it'll be a small little blurb, you know, that somebody will do an article about, and it won't get any type of recognition because, so many years would have gone by that people, won't even remember this story. But I'm hoping that it gets enough recognition that it jogs people's memory, and people can give praise once again and show the effects of what being a good person does and what it looks like.